After nearly 8 decades of life, I need to share something I should have realized a long time ago. My name is Peter. I am 78. And for my entire journey on this earth, I have been circling a single question: where do I place my trust? I don't know where you stand. You might follow a scripture devoutly, or you might think all of this is just stories we tell ourselves. But I'm asking you to listen, because this took a lifetime to see clearly. My childhood was steeped in tradition. Every Sunday was a given. My parents lived and breathed their faith, and so did I. I learned the sacred verses by heart. Back then, the world was simple. Right and wrong were clearly printed on the page, and doubt was a guest you never invited inside. But life, as I would learn, has a way of complicating simple truths. It brings moments that shatter your neat understanding. When I was 24, I lost my sister to an illness that made no sense. She was kindness itself. And at her service, hearing the well-meaning explanations, a new feeling rose in me. It wasn't grief, it was a deep, unsettling fury. Nothing about the world felt coherent anymore. That anger became a catalyst. It forced me to start asking, not the polite questions from my youth, but the raw, uncomfortable ones. I began to read. Not just my own inherited texts, but many others. The teachings of Buddha, the poetry of Rumi, the meditations of Marcus Aurelius. And here's what stunned me: each held a fragment of profound truth. Every single one. I remember, decades back, working alongside a man who practiced a faith different from my own. I carried silent assumptions about him. But during a late night, we shared a quiet conversation. He spoke of his rituals, his prayers, his sense of surrender to a greater whole. And I felt a shock of recognition. The language was foreign, but the ache it described, the human longing for connection to the infinite, was intimately familiar. It was the same ache. We build different houses, but we shelter the same human longing. Now, please don't misunderstand me. I am not saying all paths are identical. They are not. The differences in tradition, practice, and belief are profound and meaningful. They represent distinct languages for describing the indescribable. But beneath those beautiful, varied structures, I have found a shared foundation. A common whisper: be compassionate. Serve others. Approach life with humility. I have felt the powerful, communal sorrow in a synagogue. I have known the profound quiet of a Zen garden. I have witnessed ecstatic joy in a gospel choir. In each, I touched something authentic. Yet, I have also seen the shadow side. I have seen scripture wielded like a blade to cut people down. I have seen families fractured over doctrine. I have seen fear dressed up as piety. And this misuse, is perhaps the greatest tragedy. It takes a search for light and twists it into a tool for darkness. My own darkest hour came in my mid-50s. My career had stalled, my marriage was a tense silence, and I felt utterly lost. One evening, in despair, I spoke into the emptiness. I didn't use formal prayer. I just said, I am adrift. I don't know what I believe anymore. But if there is a presence, any presence, I need a sign. The next day, an old acquaintance, someone I hadn't spoken to in years, called out of the blue. He shared his own story of collapse and renewal. He pointed me toward a community I never knew existed. Was that divine intervention? Serendipity? Simple human empathy? I cannot say for certain. And perhaps, the label isn't the most important part. As the years have piled up, my certainties have dwindled. I have no definitive answer about an afterlife. I don't know which spiritual formula is the correct one. And I've made peace with that not knowing. What I am sure of, what my bones now understand, is this: the universe is a vast, magnificent mystery. Our proper response to such a mystery is not rigid dogma. It is awe. It is wonder. It is a humble curiosity. I see many today turning away from organized belief, and I understand. They have been hurt by institutions. They have seen the hypocrisy. But my message to them is this: please, do not abandon the quest for meaning just because some have corrupted the map. Don't let bad guides convince you the journey isn't real. You are under no obligation to accept what no longer resonates with your spirit. But do not silence the questions within you. That urge to connect, to find purpose, to feel part of a grand story, that is not a flaw. It is a feature of being human. I still attend my weekly service. Not from obligation, but because I find value in the shared silence, the communal song. Yet, I also learn from my atheist friend who lives a deeply ethical life. I find wisdom in Taoist texts. The mosaic of understanding is built from many colored stones. My wife, Anna, passed 2 years ago. We shared 55 years. In her final days, she looked at me and asked, "Will we find each other again?" I held her hand and said, "I don't know the mechanics of forever. But if the core of existence is love, then how could we not?" That was my truth in that moment. So here is the essence of what 8 decades have taught me: the most critical measure of a belief is not its name, but its fruit in your life. Does it make you more loving, more patient, more generous? If so, it is serving its true purpose. If it makes you fearful, judgmental, or cruel, then its spirit has been lost. I am 78. I am still learning. I am still surprised. I am still in awe. Wherever you are on your path, devout, skeptical, or searching, know this: your doubt is not a failure. Your questions are holy things. The mystery is too vast for any one person, any one book, to contain entirely. Stay open. Stay kind. Let your primary act of faith be how you treat the person in front of you. This is where philosophy meets the pavement of daily life. This pursuit is the very heart of Winds of Thought. If this reflection resonated with you, please support our channel. Hit the like button and subscribe to Winds of Thought for more explorations into life's deepest questions. In the comments, I'd be honored to know, what is one question about meaning you are sitting with today? Your perspective enriches us all. Keep wondering. Keep seeking. Be good to each other.